So my real name is Jennifer. I used to be Jen for many years, and just recently, in the last year, I became Jungle Jenny. I'm going to tell you a quick story about Jungle Jenny and really how I've been working on my brand for a while, and mostly online. Last year, really my story is I had a corporate job, and I didn't feel as though I had a meaningful purpose at this job. So I wasn't that happy, and really just kind of broke down one day and started crying and just said, what am I doing? I'm almost 40. I need to make some kind of difference on Earth. What can I do? How can I help Mother Earth? What do I love? What is my passion? So if you guys were in here earlier, Danielle and Susan and Jennifer talked a lot about rethinking, refocus, reinventing yourself. And literally that's what I've done in the last year. I had to sit down and really, really think what I really, really love. And what I really, really love is the earth. I love trees, I love animals, I love photography, but I love people. I love education. In fact, I'm the only person in my family that didn't pursue an educational career. So, but always wanting to be in education, I decided that I was going to be Jungle Jenny. And last year, I started doing some YouTube videos. So pretty much what I decided was, all right, I need to get the spiders crawling online. What can I do? Google and YouTube, they own each other. You guys have YouTube videos? YouTube channels? Yeah? Okay. So I started making a couple of videos. Google started picking me up, like spidering and working that way. Then I decided, I need another Facebook profile. Like, one isn't enough. So I was going to have a Jungle Jenny profile. And really what I was doing with that online is really showing my passion of what I really wanted to do for the earth, what I loved, coming up with my taglines, and really using Facebook, my profile, as almost my website. So if you go to Jungle Jenny, you can almost feel the love of what I really feel that I'm giving off on Facebook. And I probably will talk more about Facebook, so how many people are on Facebook? Everybody? All right! And Penny? You didn't raise your hand, I know you're on Facebook. Oh, okay. And you're too? So you're the only one? Okay. Okay, maybe I'll ask a question real quick. I know I'm jumping around, I wasn't really planning on talking. How many people go to Facebook every day? About half of you? Okay. How many people have gone in and found pages, fan pages, or have become members of some group? Okay. Now, within that group, how many of you make comments or post on the walls of those memberships? Okay. And how many times have people gone back in and made comments from your posts? A couple. Okay. So that is really what's happening with me and Facebook. Is I decided that when I post, it's going to be so meaningful, and it's in the momentum that I wanted to push for the day. For example, the other day I talked about cheetahs. Cheetah is the fastest cat on land, and it's one of the most endangered cats, and I'm kind of like a cheetah myself. I like them, however, it's not my favorite animal. But I wanted to create awareness that day. So what I did was I went to the Cheetah Outreach Foundation. I went to the Cheetah Conservation Fund. I went to every cheetah page on Facebook, and I started individually picking out people that I saw that were active on that site. So if I see someone that's real passionate about that particular animal, or maybe it's about deforestation, or maybe it's about something that I'm talking about, I tend to do a lot of research before I even post anything. And so because I think I've done this, I've got more people involved in interacting. So when I find someone that I think I want to be friends with, I send them a very meaningful message as far as a friend request. Hi, I'm Jungle Jenny. I'm focusing on protecting and preserving all animals, their habitats and ecosystems, and biodiversity. Let's be friends. And I may even say, I found you on the page and I liked your comment. So all of a sudden, I'm so close to connecting with this person, not just on a friend Facebook page, but saying, hey, I like what you're saying, and I want to be friends with you. And what I found is when they become friends, they instantly either come to my page and they post, oh, Jenny, I'm so glad we're friends, but what also happens is because they're involved maybe in the cheetahs, I'm posting about the cheetahs all day. So now they get involved in what I'm posting. So all of a sudden I've got a few experts on cheetahs and they start getting involved, and all of a sudden I started talking to this lady. This only happened the other day. She lives in Los Angeles and she works for the Conservation Fund for cheetahs, and she was going to run for the cheetahs this weekend. It was a race, and she had a page where she was trying to get fundraising. Her goal was $3,000. So I went to her page and I looked at her fundraising thing and I thought, you know what, I need to promote this woman, because how cool is it that she's trying to get money for the cheetahs that she loves. And so I posted it up there, I'm encouraging everyone to, help Marissa. And she saw it. And so she went in and she said, thank you, Jenny. And then I found a couple of her friends. I found her husband, and I said, yeah, why don't you go in and make some comments about your cool wife, and encourage her that way. And so it becomes like a network of almost like promoting other things that you want to create awareness on. And so that's what I've been doing on Facebook, is that every time I post something or I find someone that I want to be friends with now, it's as if I'm creating what I really want to create for Jungle Jenny. My intention is to create awareness for everything. And I've been talking to this person in Australia. I love art. So if you guys are artists and you love animals, talk to me. Because I decided that I wanted to do meaningful artwork on Facebook. So I've teamed up with a lot of photographers, because I like photography too. And what we're doing is I'm looking for specific animals from each individual that has maybe worked to the sanctuary and that has taken a really good shot of an orangutan or a chimpanzee. And I'm going to take that photo, and I've teamed up with a couple artists that are doing some Photoshop, and they make them really awesome, cool colors. And then we're going to put meaning into the art. So we're going to talk about habitat loss. So when you look at that photo, you're going to get more out of it. You're not just looking at a chimpanzee. You're looking at what's happening and whatever the phrase is. And then I post it in Facebook, and then I have more information when I make comments in the photo album. You guys are aware of this, right? You can make comments when you create an album. So I decided, hey, I got some redwood photos. Maybe I'll put some of those up. So instead of going, oh, here's me with, hanging out in the redwoods, I decided to take facts. And that's how I've been using even the photo album in Facebook. And it's very interesting what's happened, because now more people are going into my photos, they're making more comments, but more people are coming into my posts and they're saying, oh, but what about what's happening in Sweden with the deforestation? 2,000 living species are being killed off this year. And so it's given me the opportunity to talk to people that I may not have that opportunity had I not been so crazy about Facebook. I'll admit I spent a little too much time on it. However, it's really interesting what's happening. So I would be curious to hear if this is happening with you guys. Are you having conversations? Are you interacting? Are you encouraging your friends? And are you putting something meaningful on your Facebook for people to make comments? Maybe?
No, you gave me an idea.
Good! I love that. I love that. Well, Oprah said the other day, she was talking about posting and putting it on her wall, and she goes, oh yeah, I just can't stand when people say, oh, I just ate this for breakfast. Now, I have 2 profiles on Facebook, my personal one, and then my Jungle Jenny branding one. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to use Facebook as a tool to promote what I want to do and who I want to attract. And it's been a lovely phenomenon in a way, what is occurring and how people are interacting, and then I'm getting asked to go to Botswana. We're talking about doing a Facebook game with Jungle Jenny. We're going to talk about endangered animals, all the things that I want to do. And so it's if you don't interact on Facebook like this, or why do we use Facebook? I mean, I guess, why are we using new media? Why do we podcast? Why are we videotaping this? Are we using this information to help others?
I noticed that I have a fan page for my company,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed that I was putting a lot of, content up, a lot of valuable content, but I wasn't asking for people to engage. And so I kept hearing, start asking questions, and people will jump in more. And so that's what I started doing, and almost immediately I had tremendous results and a lot more people joining the fan page and stuff, because I started not just putting up articles and videos and things which is great, the content's got it, you want to put up good content, but when I started to ask them questions about it, it was a whole other ballgame, because then they were like, oh, I've been invited to participate, not just to watch or read, but to participate.
Okay, so can you guys hear what Susan's saying? Basically, she has a fan page, and what's happening is she's asking people to participate in something maybe that she's posted. Or sometimes when people make comments, you know what I'll do? I'll just make another comment. Oh, Jungle Jenny's loving the interaction today. And just encouraging people to continue. And when anyone sends me a message or they try and iChat, I can't even tell you how many people try and iChat me every day now. And it's like, by the way, leave a comment, interact, tell me something, But what I do ask people when I become friends with them, what is the most important thing, or what is the biggest passion in your life that you would like me to help create awareness for? And asking someone that question and really caring really makes even a deeper connection, I think, for at least the relationships that I've had on Facebook. I mean, have you done that, or?
The question we were talking about how much time you spend. How much time do you spend on Facebook a day?
How much time do I spend on Facebook? Lately I've spent a couple hours a day, I'll admit. I'll try and get it real hardcore. I'll decide what I want to talk about that day. And do you guys use Google Reader?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have Google Reader. I have a couple screens open at the same time. So I'll feed in, I'll see what today's news is, I'll see what Komodo dragons, 25 are born on Friday. So, okay, I'll talk about that, and we'll talk about the Komodo dragon, we'll talk about where they're from. I'll throw a YouTube video in. So, I'll hit it pretty hardcore for maybe an hour or two with a theme. And then I'll get off. I try. And then I get a message, and then I go back on, and it sucks you in, unfortunately.
But that's your main
What I'm
marketing.
liking about what you're saying is to split that. I have now some people that I'm working with that are asking to be my friend on Facebook, and I'm comfortable with that. But now I can see that if I set it up with my work and the connections that I make here, and make it a fun and interesting, interactive, that really is making me want to get on and start this.
Yeah, and I make it fun. I'm always positive. I mean, anytime anyone even makes a comment. For example, the other day I talked about deforestation, and everyone knows I love trees. So I was looking at tree houses, and I posted some tree houses up, and my husband says, Jen, talk about your tree house that I built for you. I said, all right, I'll put them up. So I put up Jungle Jenny's tree house, right? Oh, I love that, Jenny. I love that, Jungle Jenny. Use your husband for rent or whatever. One person called me out and said, Jenny, I know you said you like trees. This isn't exactly what she wrote, but did you buy new wood? Because isn't that kind of contradicting? And I said, awesome, because I was ready for this to happen. And I have made the decision on changing my habits for my own habitats. And that's kind of one of my themes. And so it's going to be really interesting to see me evolve in that regard. I said yes, because my husband's a builder. Most builders do buy new wood. However, when I moved from the house and I disassembled part of the tree house, I gave away the wood to all my neighbors that needed the wood. I didn't go and sell it. I tried to give it away so other people could reuse it. I said, but Jenny wasn't always conscious, 10 years ago. And so I think I really believe it's only a thought away on changing your thought patterns as far as whether you're going to reuse wood or I was in the line yesterday at the grocery store and the person in front said, paper or plastic? And now I'm sitting in my head going, they're both bad. I mean, plastic, is going to end up in the ocean. Trees, you're going to cut down trees, for the paper. So I literally changed my consciousness of thinking. So I have other things that I know are going to come up. My mother-in-law gave me a ranch mink fur coat. And I think if anyone saw me wear it, they would say, Jungle Jenny, how could you wear that? I said, well, my mother-in-law gained a little weight and she gave it to me, and it's a warm coat. But the question is now, what do I do with that coat? What is the right way? What should I do with it? And I'm going to bring these things up on my page online. I'm going to say, listen, this is what happened. I also have other things that, maybe I shouldn't have now when I was younger. I got a pair of boots made in Thailand. And
give it to a homeless person.
Give it to a homeless person? I mean, do you think that would create more awareness, though, for...
Someone's warm as a result of that.
I mean, I'm thinking about doing a campaign on some of these issues to show that I'm human, and I've made mistakes. I don't know if this is good or bad, but I want people to understand that you can change. You can change your habits. You can start recycling. You can do this. You can, if you want to be a vegetarian or whatever. I mean, people... The next comment under the treehouse was, hey Jenny, why don't you become a vegetarian and really inspire people? And I thought, I kind of had a feeling someone was going to say that. Or, so I'm willing to let all those things go to create awareness. So my cool boots that I had made 10 years ago, is it right to have a pair of King Cobra boots and wear them around? Is that correct? Is that something that I would do now? I mean, what do you do with it? What do you do with it now that it's made? I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, how can you change someone's thoughts on having a pair of crocodile boots, even though they were farm raised? I mean, do you think that's interesting? I mean, to bring it up and talk to people?
I mean, the whole basis of social media is transparency and being forthright, being honest, being open and transparent. And so I think people will really respect you for being honest about those things and saying, look, this isn't something I would do now, but I have these. And then, polling all your fans and the people that are on your page and saying, what would you do? And like he was saying, that was a great idea. Mm-hmm. Give it to a homeless person, and that there'll be other ideas, and you can kind of crowdsource among the people that you're inspiring and see what they think. I think that's great, actually. Yeah.
Or do I auction? Do I put it on an auction
for charity?
And then do I take that money and create more awareness for deforestation or for something else? Because I'm willing to do that because I've changed and I don't need those boots anymore, even though they're really cool.
Use these things as a learning to say, well, this is what used to happen. This is something that still happens. Something that we all buy into, but I changed, just like you said. So I wouldn't necessarily think giving away or throwing away these. They have intrinsic value. And their value is even more now that you can use them as a teaching tool.
Right.
Like, this is high fashion. It's been made. Don't encourage the trade, but just because it has value because it belonged to somebody else, it's still beautiful. But I mean, I think that's a really good idea because people always are on the side of, oh, it's terrible, you're a terrible person.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a terrible person. I'm a person product of my society.
I love King Cobras.
By making awareness, so.
I love insects. I have a huge insect collection. Is it right to have a bunch of insects framed on your wall? And butterflies and things like that? I mean, I've had to look at my life in so many different perspectives now because I'm living who I really want to be. However, I love butterflies. I love insects. I love looking at them. To me, they're just like art. It's beauty. And I think that's why I really wanted to get involved in nature and understanding that we're all connected. You know, I hope that we all get it someday. And a lot of people go, oh, it's too late. You know, this climate change thing, it's just, we're doomed. And I think if more people stood up and said, you know what, I did wear those boots, or, you know, okay, I've never recycled, but now I'm going to. Or, and they start taking those stances. I'm willing to stand up and do that. And I really hope that maybe I can inspire some people to say, okay, good for you, or at least you guys become friends with me and interact with me. And give me some ideas. So what's happening online, and I don't know if I've talked too much about what's happening with my branding online, but just in Facebook alone, interacting with these people, encouraging them. Most of my sentences are, Jungle Jenny is encouraging you. I'm creating awareness for you today. And people find that valuable. I am posting things that people want to know about. And they're coming back to my site every day. Okay, maybe not every day.
So what's the difference between just having a Facebook page and having a fan page?
Well,
why do
that's
that?
a good question. What's the difference between a Facebook page, profile, and a fan page? I have both, because once you hit 5,000 friends in your profile, that's all you get. So you always have to go into a fan page anyway. So what I started doing was I post double. Like what I post on my profile now, I'll put on my fan page. And I'm starting to promote my fan page more. And so there's a few things you can do as far as a fan page. Did you say you're getting one? Or?
No, I have one. I just know the one rule of thumb is that fan pages are better than groups, because you can do a lot more with fan pages than you can. So if you're thinking about creating a group or a fan page around a specific topic or like a business, most of what I'm hearing from the experts is fan page, fan page, fan page. Even though it feels weird to create your own fan page, it's actually much more user-friendly and it's more interactive. So if you're trying to create a community of people, that's the way to go for sure.
And you know what's really interesting? When you Google me, that's the first thing that comes up is my fan page.
Facebook has amazing.
Which I have no idea. I'm like, I'm never on my fan page. How can it be number one on Google? And then my second Google is my reptile club, which I never use. I mean, I started it, and then I started deciding I was going to save the earth. And so, but it's interesting. So there must be something with pages and
Facebook is a
Facebook
lot, from Google.
versus profile. So I'm way more hardcore with my profile. But that's what comes up, and I've noticed that pages come up more for Google indexing.
So, I'm kind of new to Facebook and all that, but when you say fan club, do you have to have a theme, or what is the context of being a fan club? Are you promoting something? Are you creating people that are like for like? What, if you could give me some essence of that?
Okay. So the question was, what's the point of having a fan club page? Are you promoting something? What are you doing? You can do anything. You can be the sea shepherds, and you want to save the whales, and you're going to have a fan page for that, and you're going to support them. So I think it's more about supporting and creating more of a group, a tribe. I mean, I'm building a big tribe on Facebook right now, and it's amazing what's happening all over the world, and all these people I talk to, and I know they did a Skype thing here earlier. Did anyone see that? The live Skype chat? So that's becoming a really big deal. I mean, I would definitely say, if you don't have a Skype account, I'd get one of those and start interviewing that way as well. I don't know. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, when you said you came from a corporate life prior to this, how would you apply creating a Facebook page that reflects more of, instead of perhaps a cause that I'm passionate about, but a professional Facebook page?
Well, I do have a regular Facebook profile page as well. Also a LinkedIn and a Twitter. I have individual accounts for me as Jennifer, and also as, Jungle Jenny. So whatever, what's really interesting about online branding is really what you want to be, or what you want people to envision that maybe you are. I mean, that's what the fun thing and creative thing about online is, is everything real that you read on the internet? No, but you can write about it, I guess. I mean, I'm not doing that. But if you want to portray that you're a professional corporate person, but you still have passions, you can still join the fan pages, and still, if you're a fan, maybe you're into your family or you're into a cause, you join those causes, and then you make comments and you meet people that are interested in the same things. And that's what I'm doing with the pages and the groups and things like that. I'm finding key people. Even today, I don't know, maybe a week ago, I found this company called Hub, and very interesting organization online, and I just happened to somehow stumble on it as I was looking in different friends groups. And the way you can find other groups or other pages is go to your friends. Go and see what pages they follow. Go and look at what blogs they follow on Facebook. And I think it tells you a lot about who you are, is who you follow. I mean, even when I have a friend and I don't know who they are, I go in to see what their pages are. And if we have the same interests. But anyway, I found some really neat organizations, and one in particular, and it was what really was really interesting about it is that even today I met someone that is involved in that organization, but I found out about it through Facebook and through the pages. And so that is the power of online, even Facebook, is that you may not have or stumble. Oh my God, 2 weeks ago, I had a lifesaver chat with Michael Gunton from the Life series, okay? And guess what? He knows who Jungle Jenny is. You know why? Because I can type so fast, and I'm so quick that I was like, hey, are you doing anything in Madagascar? And because I love Madagascar. Well, yeah, we're doing something next year all about Madagascar. You should check, hey, now Jungle Jenny, you should see something about the butterflies. I'm like, oh my God, OMG, ... I love butterflies. And then I instantly had the chance. I thought, you know what, I'm going for it. The monarch butterfly is losing their habitat loss in the coast of California, and they're migrating to Mexico, and they're becoming an endangered species, an insect. And he must have been like, what the fuck? Because in 1 minute, I connected with someone, and guess what? On his Life series, it's about the monarch butterfly. I didn't know that though. So even on that regard, it was really interesting, and we talked, and he ended up giving me his email address at the end of the conversation. If you want to talk to me more, send me some stuff here. And I thought, wow, this is really cool. And you know how I got onto that chat? It came up on my Twitter account. So I have Seismic on my desktop. So I've got Twitter, and I've got my Facebook, and I'm watching everyone and all these people I'm following, and this thing comes up, live chat with Michael Gunton, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Clicked on that, went through my Facebook account, instantly connected through my Jungle Jenny Facebook account. So when I came up to chat, I was Jungle Jenny, and so you are missing out on opportunities like that because you're not doing the interaction and the involvement. And so that's why I really believe that online new media is such a big deal.
So you go to Twitter through Facebook? Is that what you just said?
Seismic? It's a desktop software. Okay, you can have all your Twitter accounts. So if you got 4 Twitter accounts, a couple Facebook pages, you got a fan page. You can literally tweet from that desktop software, and it goes to everything. It'll post to your profile, your fan page, your Twitter. So a couple Twitter accounts. I have a regular Twitter account. So although you can follow who's following you, so it just happened that I follow a lot of Go Green people and environmental things, and so they had arranged this meeting with him online, and because it's right in front of my face, because I have a few screens, I saw it, it popped up, and I went, ooh, I'm doing that, click. And so having the software and the tools, and having the opportunity to understand how we're all connected, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or, and then going bing. I had a Twitter account, so if you guys don't have one, you should definitely have one. If you're not tweeting, you eventually will. So at least set up your account. At least get your name. As far as LinkedIn, who isn't on LinkedIn? Right? We should all be on it. But keep in mind, you can still go into these organizations and these pages and whatever your passion is, even if it's online strategies for marketing. There's those kinds of groups on Facebook as well. So there's things that you can learn because you're a part of it. So when people say, I'm not on Facebook, I almost stop talking to them because I think, how could you not be on Facebook? How old are you? And they'll go, I think I met someone in their 20s the other day that wasn't on Facebook, and I was absolutely blown away. And unless you're on it and you're utilizing all these different techniques and things and bebopping and talking and maybe chatting, I can't stand on chatting. I'm usually posting or I'm doing this or doing that, but I will make a conscious effort for a minute or two or maybe 5 minutes, and I'll talk to someone. Yesterday, a scientist chatted me in the UK that's studying the particulates in the water, in the fresh water for the salmon. And I asked him, I said, what are you most passionate about? What are you studying with the salmons? What is the problem? Are they endangered? So anytime anyone chats with me, I'll click on their photo. And this is another technique that I've figured out how to do. So the guy pops up. This is when you have too many friends and you don't know all your friends on Facebook. You click on their photo, you look at what they're about, you look at their info. Oh, okay, they're in Indonesia. Okay, or they like chimpanzees. Okay, so let's talk about habitat loss or something. So I'm going to get something out of them if we're going to communicate. So that's kind of how I use it as well. All right, more questions? Because I'm just kind of, flying by. I wasn't planning on talking. Does anyone have any questions? Come on. No?
What was the software program you said you had that ties them all together?
Oh, okay, it's Seesmic. Is that what you're saying it right?
Yeah.
Seesmic. It's a desktop software, so it's not browser related, so you can just keep it on your desktop. And Doug uses it.
I use TweetDeck.
Use TweetDeck? You can use TweetDeck as well, where you can also incorporate your Facebook and things like that. There's a couple of them out there. So, do you guys tweet Twitter? Are you guys on Twitter? Okay. And are you writing about relevant information? Like when you post and stuff like that? Or something interesting? Let's face it, if I was really boring, which I really feel like I'm being boring right now, because I'm like, what am I talking about? What the hell is she talking about, right? Because I wasn't planning on talking. And if I was pretty boring here, let's face it, it's almost 5 o'clock, right? I mean, who wants to sit here? And especially if you're not learning anything. So that's why I post things that are relevant. I'll send you a link on something really cool and interesting. So that's why people keep coming back. That's why I keep getting all this interaction, is having fun and just learning from it as well. So, I would definitely suggest having a YouTube account, having a Twitter account. I have a Flickr account. I'm on StumbleUpon. I've got every media connection ever. I've got a Blip TV channel. What else do we have? I guess MySpace. I don't have any friends because I never use it.
It's only for musicians now.
Yeah. But do you guys have multiple accounts? Yeah? And do you find that that's helpful?
I don't know how you can manage that many.
I have no idea. I've got like
Well, I
10.
think you end up picking 2 or 3 that you really like. The other ones you can go to once in a while.
Yeah.
But there's the 2, like I do Twitter and Facebook, and it's every single day. But then the other ones I
Yeah.
go to maybe every week or 2 weeks.
Okay, so Susan says she picks like the top 2 or 3 that she's really passionate about, that she's going to use as a tool to get her word out. So she uses Twitter every day and Facebook every day. Everyone knows that's friends with me on Facebook that I'm there every day. So you're going to see, in fact, today I haven't put anything on. People are probably wondering why, but, but I've also even thought about having the meaningful art. I've thought about having meaningful days. So if you want to come and learn about flora and fauna, you're going to come visit my page on Friday, because that's what we're going to talk about on Friday. Or we're going to talk about tourism on Tuesdays. We're going to talk, about marine and mammals on Mondays and things like that. So now I'm giving you a theme and another reason. So if you're interested in the ocean or whales or, whatever, maybe you'll just come to my Facebook on Mondays. I don't know. Do you...
So do you tweet that out so people will know to go to your Facebook page?
I'm going to. It's literally evolving. It's been really interesting how everyone's interacting and communicating. I'm actually amazed about what's happening on just on Facebook. It's not a waste of my time. And I think a lot of people think it is a waste of their time. I guess it's just how you utilize it and what you do. And maybe I'm just asking all the right questions for these people. You know, what are you passionate about? What can I talk about? How can I create awareness for, you know, what you're studying over there? You know, what's happening? And I don't know. I feel like I'm at least maybe helping, you know, get more awareness out. And more people send me stuff. They send me links. They send me research papers. I said, if you have anything, email me. And so a lot of people are helping me as well with what I'm talking about or understanding it. So it's really cool. It's like a secular. It's like it's a really cool hub of people. And did we learn anything? Did I just mumble the whole time?
No, really.
Yeah?
It was good.
Not bad?
Not bad.
All right, so who's going to look me up on Facebook? How many more friends am I going to have after today? All right, I have 749 as of yesterday. Now, and I only started my profile a couple months ago. So I decided I was hardcore. Like, I was like, all right, this week, I'm getting 100 friends. And it wasn't about the numbers, it was about having really good connections. And it takes a lot of work. I may like look for people all day. I might spend a whole weekend trying to, you know, really find the people.
I have a question. I'm not sure if you can help with that, but maybe you can. I'm doing a fundraiser. I'm actually getting ready to go to Mount Everest in about 45 days from now. I'm going to the highest base camp in Mount Everest, and I'm really trying to make that as a fundraiser. And so I haven't like posted anything on Facebook or anything. I'm trying to find like sponsors and stuff to help me. I'm going with Warner Berger, who's the oldest person to ever climb the highest peaks of the world, and also the oldest person from North America to ever do Mount Everest. And one of the things that I'm really trying to do too is to raise money for, well, one of the things that I'm doing is for Shepherd on the Hill. They want to build another extension on the church, and so I want to help raise money for that. And I'm hoping to use my Mount Everest, experience to, create funds for that.
Okay, so if you go to my website or my Facebook page, you'll notice maybe 2 days ago I posted that fundraiser for the Running for the Cheetahs. And you'll see that you can create your own fundraising page. And have a URL for that. So when you start posting it, and then you want to send a message to all your friends on Facebook saying, listen, I need to get $3,000. But not only are you getting asking for the money, do you have a meaningful purpose of the money that you are trying to raise? So are you talking about maybe some endangered animals? Are we talking about Mount Everest, what's happening with the climate change? Are we bringing any other awareness and other people in? Because I think if you're going to get sponsors, you're going to want to bring in as many people about Mount Everest as possible while you're asking for that money. And if you show that you're creating and you're going to use this and you're going to take a video and you're going to talk about this and that, I think that sending out a message to all your friends, posting it, getting a fundraising page, and then asking your friends to post it on their page. I know when you have a fan page, some of your friends, you can tell your good friends, hey, I need you to promote my fan page. I need 200 more friends on my fan page. And your friends will do that too. If they really believe in what you're doing, you'll find that some of your good friends, and you get this tribe of people, and they'll, anyone I talk to about anything, hey, if you know anyone that is interested in that subject, send them my way. Requests, I'd like to have an opportunity to talk to them. And just understanding that every person I talk to, it's... We wrapping it up? All right, any more awesome questions before I end?
Is there a difference between a fundraiser page and a fan page?
Yeah. The question is there a difference between a fundraising page and a fan page? They ran it through a software program, that woman in particular. I'm not sure exactly giving something. I'll have to look it up. But I'll send you an email and you can see it. And you can see what she's done. And she's got a little chart, you know, like she's at 50%, at 60%, and things like that. And then she posted it a couple days before she ran, and she said, I need $300 more. And I told her this. I said, I think when you posted and reposted that you only need $300 more, she actually went above her goal, which was pretty cool. And so, you know, I happen to believe that because she was posting it and she had her own fundraiser and, you know, she explained where this money was going and things like that, and really getting, you know, deep in her story. It was all about her story. It was such a good story that you just wanted to give her money. But I'll let you know. I'll send you some info
Great.
on that. Right. Well, thanks for coming to my talk.